Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Apologies to everyone for last night. Little hiccup on clicking the correct date. We've got it fixed. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome, Kelly. How are you, Kelly?
Doing great on the fabulous 222.
222. Two is that's an interesting number. So yeah, welcome. I'm so glad you were able to fit this in tonight. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels good to be on with everybody. So thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. We will be monitoring the chat. So please don't hesitate chatting in. We'll be looking at those periodically, or Kelly will be. She's way better at that than I am. And let's dive right into it. So tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the Patsies. I firmly believe there is much more of a story there versus given what we've been told or lack thereof. And we're going to hit right off the top with George Zinn. Kelly, kind of take us, what's your 40,000 foot overview, George Zinn, how everything's panned out, played out. What are your thoughts?
You know, I was thinking, what if we started with the kind of history of the word patsy? Are you familiar with that, Blake? Do you know where it started and any background on it?
You know, I'm going to have to pull a Brian Harpole and say, I have no idea. I mean, I've heard of the word. Brian Harpole had
Brian
absolutely.
Harpole could mean a whole lot of things. So I was curious where you were going to go with that.
Hands are up here. I'm not going to cross my arms tonight. Yeah, no, signals. I'm not going to be looking for my buddy over here telling me to steal third. But as you know, he absolutely didn't even really know the origin or the word in general when it came up on Sean Ryan's show. But no, I would love that actually.
Okay, so I've just looked it up. The word comes from a late 1800s American slang that started showing up in U.S. English around the late 19th century, especially in entertainment and comedy. One strong line of evidence is in a stock comedy character named Patsy Bolivar, a meek and slow-witted schoolboy who got blamed every time that something went wrong. In stage sketches, and over time, Patsy became shorthand for the one who always takes the blame.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So some lexicographers connect it to Pat or Patty stereotypes for Irish immigrants, or the name Patsy from Patrick. And others say fool or madman. Bottom line, yeah, it's clearly meant for the guy that you just put everything on.
That's incredible. I have absolutely never heard that before. I've just always kind of taken that word for granted. And wow, good thinking, Kelly, for talking about that. Did you know this?
Fun facts. I didn't, but I love me some fun facts.
For sure. That is awesome. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, so we are going to start right now with George Zinn. And I'm basically what prompted this entire just show idea was, I don't know if y'all have heard me in the past talk about it, but I have always, it's bugged me that I did not know where he was in the crowd as far as before the Big Bang. Okay. Well, I know now. I've got it figured out, and we're going to lead off with this here. Okay. We all remember this is the UVU. This is their camera that's on the second story looking down at Charlie and the tent. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And I'm going to pause it right there. So we have George Zinn. This is right after his pants fell off. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Well, he's in the water. I would love to talk to these students that helped him and were face to face with him, because I would love to know what exactly was said as this college kid is helping up this old man with his pants that have fallen down. So let's watch here. So George, oh, there goes his pants, and he goes into the water.
Blake, could you show with your cursor where George is, just in case?
Yep.
Folks
Good
can't see him.
thinking. I am going to increase my cursor. Hang on 1 second. We're going to go to accessibility. No, it's display. Yeah, display. Pointer size increased. Okay. Yes, there we go. This right here is George Zinn. Okay. I'm going to back it up and play. I'm not going to do the sound because it is super loud, but here he is right here making his way down the steps in that water fountain. Okay. I will never for the life of me understand, Kelly, why George Zinn decided to run down the waterfall or the water feature and not just come over here to the side where the grass is. I mean, it blows my mind, because it's really insane, you know, but he does this. It's like he intentionally wanted to get wet.
Well, and not only would you think that maybe he intentionally wanted to get wet, you might even think that he planned on it, because he did bring a little something that would lead you to believe that, right?
Absolutely. And we will definitely show that. Yes, Riss, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to USA Hockey, LFG for sure. It was an incredible game. I would have to say real quick, we're going to take a little time out, because that game was phenomenal. It literally hinged on the goalie for the United States and the most tiny of deflections off the stick. That is the difference between a gold and silver medal. Because it would have at that point ended in regulation. If you go back and watch that save, it is absolutely incredible. And it boils down to everything, whether you're talking about Al Pacino in the movie Any Given Sunday, where he talks about life and it is a game of inches. That's by far one of the most incredible coaches talks ever given in a movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Any Given Sunday, just go to the Al Pacino talk. But that is a perfect example of inches, where the puck literally just kissed the goalie's stick and missed going in the net, which then sent the game into overtime. So anyways, It was an incredible day for USA Hockey. Incredible way to end up the Olympics. Women's and men's hockey teams, gold medals. Just wow, hats off to
awesome.
Guys and gals of USA Hockey. Incredible. So,
love that.
Kelly, did you
I did not get a chance. I was out and about, away from computers and TV for most of the day today. So I regrettably, and yesterday too. So I regrettably am not up to speed on all of my news and Olympics, with the exception of the occasional glance at Twitter. So no worries.
Great day. And for what I could tell, a great Olympics. The Olympics are the Olympics. But for the most part, I think everything here, it was a good Olympics. Just kind of over the top look at things. So back over here to George Zen. Okay. So yes, he decides to take off down the water feature and fall in the water feature. Keep playing. He's got in his hand, that would be his right hand. Is that a ball cap? There's his pants. I'd love to know what he tells that kid right there. Because that poor kid's like, hey.
Like zoom or can you circle around again where you're looking just so that way we make sure. Okay. Yep.
Right here. This student right here is the one who's like trying to visit with him and help him. And they're definitely talking to each other. And I wonder if he's like telling him I did it, or if he's like, the things I do for money. He's right here. So I backed it up a little bit and I'm going to now press play. Here he is right here.
Oh my gosh. Pulling the pants back up.
Pulling his pants back up. And then now he's going in. Oh, did you see that right there?
Okay. Can you replay? Do you mind just like, now we know, now that everybody knows exactly where they're looking, they can just like see that whole section.
The whole thing happened? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay, guys. So now that we're just going to see this whole sequence, I mean, directly center screen.
Okay. Do you see his hands right now? What is in his right hand? Watch it again.
A hat? 2 hats?
2 hats. Correct. 2
Is that
hats.
a white hat and a dark colored hat?
You're absolutely correct. 2 hats.
A double decker.
And a black hat. Okay. Once again, George Zen, in all his wisdom, he's been alive on Earth for, how old is he? 76? 77?
That sounds about right.
He's old enough to know better that you can walk around the edge of that concrete and not go in the drink. But instead, he wants to go play in the water like he is a 5-year-old. I do not understand it, but he goes into the water. This is where this video cuts out. But the point that I want to hit home is that George Zen has 2 hats with him. One of the hats is white, which we later come to find out is the white 47 hat that was being tossed out. And the other is a black hat. Okay. So we are now going to go and take a look at exactly where is George Zen. And we're going to pull up this video right here.
Or you can pull down that comment too, Blake. Sorry, I'd help you if I could. The risk comment. I know you're juggling.
There we go.
Things. There you go.
No worries. Okay. So this video pops up on YouTube a while back. And here is George Zen right here sitting down with the white 47 hat on down in the crowd. And he is in front of this guy here and this gal here. And this guy is looking down at George. Now, I do not know if these people are with him or not with him. But I do know that they are looking down at him, and she's got her phone out and she's recording often. And I would love to know who this is and if she noticed anything weird with George Zinn, because he pops in at some point. Okay. This time is at 12:07. Okay. Now, what is my point with the two hats? Is that what you're thinking, Kelly? Like, what's your point, Blake? Here's my point. George Zinn is wearing his white 47 hat right now. He was given that hat by someone. If you're going to go to the event and you already have your 47 hat, your white 47 hat, are you going to bring a black hat, Kelly? Or are you just going to wear your white 47 hat?
Yeah, you're just wearing your hat.
Absolutely. Somebody gave him that hat. There's no way that George Zinn in the back there, sitting down in the middle of all of those people, I'm going to go ahead and say that there is a 0% chance that that old man caught a hat being tossed out by Charlie Kirk. What say you, Kelly?
I would be stunned. I would be shocked. And I would say there's even less of a chance that some super kind college kid caught it and then handed it to the old man sitting behind them. Based on the crowd videos that I have seen, I mean, they were not paying attention to anyone surrounding them whatsoever.
100%. 100%. Someone gave him, and the only thing that I can come up with is that someone with the organization gave him that hat. That's the only thing that I can come up with. Who else would give him the white 47 hat? Okay, we're going to back it up a little bit further. So this video is a 20-minute long video that begins with the person on a motorcycle riding up to the Fugal gateway. Let's see, that's the Keller. Okay, that's the Keller building. He parks there, and there we go. This is the Brandon Fugal gateway. This is the building that was on Charlie's right-hand side. Jason Chaffetz was on the balcony there. He'll walk through the building, and this is it back here. Okay, that's the Fugal gateway. And this individual, he's got different timestamps where this video is edited. So here we are looking at 11:26. He walks. I'm just going to play it as he's walking in.
My freedom of speech. It's always been Nee. Can help him sing most times. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know. I saw that too. I remember just being like, I'm not even Dying.
Nice helmets.
Thanks. Pass auf.
Here they are.
Hey, Blake, as I don't know if this is what Truth is talking about right now, but there were multiple people speaking. If this is what he was saying, there were multiple people speaking German. But in one of I had brought that up in like one of the videos. Yeah, right there. Multiple German speakers. I know in one of the clips on X, I had been like, golly, what is the language that the people are speaking? So many different languages there. And I don't know what the makeup is of that campus, but I don't know. I was quite surprised to hear the languages at the Charlie event.
Geil.
Nice helmets.
Thanks. Pass auf.
Okay, so as you can see right here, we have no George Zinn. George Zinn ultimately ends up right here in front of them. This is obviously at 11:26, so we still need for, close to 40 minutes to happen.
Pass auf. Kameras mal so, also ich lass in der Kamera stehen. Ja, ne? Das wäre geil, ne? Ich will mich eigentlich in die Masse stellen. Also ich werde da nicht diskutieren, aber ich will mich in die Masse stellen. Ist das geil. Ist das geil. Ein Bodyguard himself, okay? Hat Menge hier. Ich habe das heute Morgen nachgeguckt für den Ticket-Dings. Ja. Also kam so ein Artikel auf von der Video und jetzt sagt sie das so. Also 900 Studenten haben unterschrieben, dass der Wrestling untersagt sein sollte jetzt. Ja, kackt die ganze Liberal Arts Schule hat sich denn gemeldet, ey. Ja. So, was dann auffällt, was nicht hierhin gehört.
Here we are, still no George Zinn, and I just look for her in her red dress always.
Ja! Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk!
So there's several folks in the chat who say it sounds like German to them.
Yeah. I wonder, are we able to snippet this and shoot it into Chat GPT or Grok and have them tell us what language it is? Have you ever tried that?
I've never tried that before.
If someone knows what kind of language that is, that would be great. Just tell us, so that would save me some time. I think it is German.
Yeah, Mr. Turpin is kind of chiming in, and then I see Debbie Smith. I see Truth is saying it's 100% German. Several people in the chat are saying,
Jordan, wake up Algist and ask him or whatever that.
Right.
Tell him this is important. It does sound German. I mean, I'm German, but I'm.
But
I don't know.
But not German enough to speak.
Not German
that
enough.
Much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's something we can tinker with.
Yeah, I'll pull
I wish
it
I
here.
had. Isn't it the Apple those earbuds or something like that were supposed to be able to convert the language for you or something? Yeah.
Where are they? Oh, I actually have them right here.
Really?
I'll try that. Yeah, I've got them. How could I do that though? I'll play with it in a second. But yeah, because I actually have German loaded on. The way it works, you have to download the language in Translate, And from there, you go to live converse. Oh, this might work. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah. While you're doing that,
I'm going to keep playing this.
Okay. I'm going to read out some of the chats real quick. Because I see Truth said, I'm 100% confident. The guy who recorded this even said that he's German. And then another person, anonymous, said 100% German. Love and Compassion said where he stops to chat in German, there's two of the Maroon Boys, which is interesting. And then Daisy Girl OK said, I've seen video of the first guy that asks Charlie a question saying George Zen was there an hour before telling everyone that he doesn't like Charlie Kirk. We should come back to that because I do know that I've heard people on live TV being interviewed about George Zen attending TPUSA events, like on a bus with them before, that he has gone with the TPUSA group. So I don't know if that would be the case, like why he would go with the TPUSA group, but maybe. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like he kind of was like the gadfly that went to a lot of political stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. The Black Jelly Bean is asking you, Blake, where is this video located so I can send it to him? Now, I don't know if he's asking to send it to Algeist or who he's asking to send it to, but
yeah, Jordan,
was that Jordan's new account?
Well, he's blocked his other name because
got it.
Yeah,
got it.
And I don't know how to unblock him, so
got it.
He's being resourceful. Jordan, you're gonna have to give me a second. I forget this person's name. It's not a big account. If somebody knows where this is on YouTube, I downloaded it back, like I think this was November. If someone remembers where it is, will you put it in the chat so that Jordan can send this? It's a 20-minute video. I cannot remember the person's name. Okay, so I'm gonna revert this to original and let's just keep playing it.
Oh, I remember this guy. Yeah.
You remember this guy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally a trimmed video. If you remember,
he went back in.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct. Yep. So I'm going to pause real quick and just kind of hit some of these things. As you can see, the first SUV right here is the Yukon XL that does not have Charlie. This is the one that Blake Neff exits, and he's got two people in the front. So Charlie's Yukon is the one that has the big crossbars up top.
Charlie Kirk.
Have we ever figured out who the binder boy is? This guy in the blue.
Who? No, but
So here's the Salt Lake City Tribune guy. I know this dude right here has way more video than what he has put out. The Salt Lake Tribune almost feels like they are covering shit up just in the fact of the limited amount of video that they released with that little 8-minute video that was released on early January 2026, where they've got 3 different journalists that were there that day. I would love to be able to speak to this person here because he's got so much video. He's right there on the steps of the menorah after with all the cleanup happening. But the original question was the blue sweater guy. He's going to come walking right here. I've never gotten a name on him. He's
Truth. Which one? Which one? Which one? Truth was like, bro, is that not Zachariah? So like, which one, Truth?
No, Zachariah's in the crowd. Is it Truth? Are you saying that blue sweater guy is Zachariah Qureshi? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, Rick is saying I had another listen. First word was watch out. The rest just seemed normal chatter. Didn't get everything, just some different dialects.
Does he speak German?
Drew said I was just curious about it yet. Rick, do you speak fluent German? He said yes.
Can I play it again? And are you able to listen to it a little bit better if I play it again? Or did you get a good listen the first time?
He said try it again.
Help him sing those tracks. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know. I saw that too. I remember just being like, I'm not even geil.
Nice helmets.
Thanks. Pass auf. Die Kamera ist mal so aus, dass ich das in der Kamera stehen. Ja, ne? Das wäre geil, ne? Ich will mich eigentlich in die Masse stellen. Also ich werde da nicht diskutieren, aber ich will mich in die Masse stellen. Ist das geil. Ist das geil. Then Bodyguard himself, okay. Ich habe eine Menge hier. Ich habe das heute Morgen nachgeguckt für den Ticket-Dings. Ja. Da kam so ein Artikel auf von der Video und jetzt sagte das so. Also 900 Studenten haben unterschrieben, dass der Dienstverbot untersagt sein sollte jetzt. Ja, kackt die ganze Liberal Arts Schule hat sich denn gemeldet, ey. Ja. So, finde, was dann auffällt, so, dann auffällt, so, dass nicht hier hingehört, nicht hier hingehört.
I wonder if you were able to understand any of that. I heard liberal arts. I learned that liberal arts in German is the same as liberal arts in English.
I heard that one too.
Okay, so real quick, let me, we'll come back to that. Zach Qureshi is going to be in the crowd. He is going to be to Charlie's like 3 o'clock, and his head is going to be right at about the window level of the Hall of Flags. I'll show that in a moment. That is where Zach Qureshi is located. This person in Yeah, this person in the blue sweater is not Zach Qureshi. This person in the sweater works for Turning Point USA. This person in the blue sweater is in charge of the binder that Charlie Kirk wanted in front of him. So that would definitely not be Zach Qureshi at all. As this happens as Angel is mixing up the drink in the 2 Starbucks venti cups that were in front of Charlie's
seat. Yep.
Yeah.
What's up, Wolverines? Instagram is Turning Point USA UVU. There's all of our events posted there. We have a chapter meeting next Monday at 6:30. So keep your eye on the Instagram if you want to come to that. Before we welcome Charlie, he's just right over there to get super pumped. I would like to introduce one of our sponsors. It's Y Refi, grab part of the chapter. So please welcome Lane. It's a real pleasure to be here. Wolverines, you guys are awesome. Hey, from the standpoint of Y95, I want to just say, being a part of Turning Point, having the opportunity to sponsor an event like this, we're going to be going on tour with Charlie. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's super exciting. And when it comes to you guys, how many of y'all have student loans? By a show of hands, how many have student loans? Come on, I know better than that. You can't hear me? How's that? Is that better? Can you turn up the microphone a little bit? I can't hear me. All right. How many of y'all have student loans? By a show of hands. Yes, thank you, Biden. Okay. Hopefully, this is going to sound crazy. Hopefully, you never need my services because we are here to help you get out of student loan debt if you find yourself in distress. Okay? Hopefully, you don't ever do that. If you do, call us.
I want to show you something real quick.
You can't hear me? How's that? Is that better? Can you turn up the microphone? Instagram is Turning Point USA UVU.
Watch Hunter Kozak.
We have a chapter meeting next Monday at 6:30. So keep your eye on the Instagram if you want to come to that. Before we welcome Charlie, he's just right over there to get super pumped. I would like to introduce one of our sponsors. It's Y Refi, grab part of the chapter. So please welcome Lane. It's a real pleasure to be here. Wolverines, you guys are awesome. Hey, from the standpoint of Y95, I want to just say, being a part of Turning Point, having the opportunity to sponsor an event like this, we're going to be going on tour with Charlie. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's super exciting. And when it comes to you guys, how many of y'all have student loans? By a show of hands, how many have student loans? Come on, you guys, I know better than that. You can't hear me? How's that? Is that better? Can you turn up the microphone a little bit? I can't hear me. All right. How many of y'all have student loans? By a show of hands. Yes, thank you.
Side note, also very interesting just to look all the way back there, like back to the way back where the pond is, just to kind of keep an eye too on like the activity back there as the because the vehicle, has the vehicle fully approached yet?
Yes.
Charlie. Okay. Well, still just like seeing them walk around and stuff back there is like very, I don't know. I just find it to be very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. The Yukon Charlie's that he came in it's going to be right about in here as this drive extends back around the lake. Was that Hunter that said, "Thank you, Biden"?
Oh, it may have been.
Like, this is another thing that, like, Hunter Kozak is such an idiot. Like, look at him shooting the gun. Like, is this projection? Like, he's shooting the gun as the wannabe bodyguard Superman Lane with Y Refi. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Lane, the sponsor, okay, this guy right here, He comes rushing in at the moment of the Big Bang, and he pushes one of the security guys down to the ground and out of the way as this student loan refi guy comes rushing in and goes right for Brian Harpole and thinks that he's going to take something from Brian Harpole's hand. Okay. That is who this is right here. That is on the video that unfortunately I am unable to show because YouTube will, they will slap us on the hands and say that we're violating content rules or whatever. But I'll make sure and repost it onto my Twitter page where adults can view adult stuff, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, but yeah, Hunter Kozak is over here shooting his sideways gangster handgun as Lane asked the questions. But I think
by show of hands. Yes, thank you, Biden.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Biden.
Hunter Kozak, please, if you're, I know you have me blocked, but please, I would love to have you come on our show and allow Kelly and I to interview you.
I'll reach out to him. I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I know Jesse on Fire offered him some dough to do a polygraph.
Well,
but
I'm not going to pay anybody to, interview or.
I'm not either. I mean, like Hunter, I would love just to hear his perspective of kind of this, all of this going on.
This is going to sound crazy. Hopefully you never need my services, because we are here to help you get out of student loan debt if you find yourself in distress. Okay? Hopefully you don't ever do that. If you do, call us. But that's not why we're here. We're here to see Charlie Kirk. Who's ready to see Charlie Kirk?
And there we go. So at this moment right here, this is the first moment that we are able to see George Zinn in the crowd. Okay. So this is where I'm a little bit disappointed. I don't have any video of this angle, people in that kind of quadrant. Okay. So if someone has video, I would love to know who this is, because like I said, this woman is videoing a lot. Okay. George Zinn is just sitting on the ground. So this makes perfect sense why we can't find him anywhere. Okay. On any of the videos from the stage or anything, because he's completely surrounded by people as he's sitting down on the ground trying to hide. Okay. So this goes into more of the just underlying idea that George Zinn was there for one reason and one reason alone, and that was to be the patsy that ran down immediately at the moment of this Big Bang to, in my opinion, start to throw off or kind of delude, if you will, everything that was happening. Okay. There's no other reason for George Zinn to be sitting down on the ground. But most importantly, George Zinn, I believe, came to the campus that day. I believe he was wearing a black hat. Okay. Black hat with his blue shirt with black pants. And at some point, somebody gave George Zinn a white 47 hat. Okay. Because at 12:07, George Zinn is wearing that hat. Okay. And I just actually, there's absolutely no way Charlie's not even there yet at 12:07. Do you see any hats being thrown?
Nope, not yet.
So who gave him that hat? We can now say it was absolutely not Charlie. I know I said 0% earlier, but I can tell you right now that it's impossible for him to have gotten a hat that day. Who gave him that hat? Okay.
Get out of student loan debt if you find yourself in distress. Okay? Hopefully you don't ever do that. If you do, call us. But that's not why we're here. We're here to see Charlie Kirk. Who's ready to see Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're very ready at that point. I mean, it's hot. There's no sun coverage. Like
everybody except Hunter Kozak. Hunter Kozak doesn't cheer 1 inch.
Well, no, he's still got in his mind. He's like on his acting mission.
Charlie Kirk, 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 Charlie Kirk.
And yes, to Tammy's point, sorry, I can't pull up the comments and put them on the screen, but to Tammy's
how do I
point,
give you that?
We'll have to do that for future streams, but the Zen has been at several catastrophic events. He is not new to the scene, right? So instead of calling these things coincidences, I think they should be called co-incidents. You know, it's just weird. He's been at way too many things.
Did our German speaker get back to us, Kelly?
Yeah, it was just, I think we're going to have to do a little further deep dive.
Okay. I'm afraid it's going to mess up my audio with all I've got going on. And so what I'm going to do,
we stay the course.
Yeah, I will throw it in to one of these post video production softwares that I have. And I'm going to isolate the voice, slow it down just a touch, and then I'm going to run it through the translator then, because it's got probably a lot of back noise. And I think this is what I did for Butch Hibbs, as Butch Hibbs was speaking with Adam Bartholomew. Butch Hibbs was one of the first people, if not the first person, to link the shot with the question. Right. He's like, isn't it kind of funny that it happened right at the moment of that question about trans guns rights? Butch Hibbs, old man 47 Santa Claus over in the corner, is the first person to identify that. But I isolated that Adam Bartholomew video and it boosted the voice and it really came out great. So I'm going to try the same thing here. Just after we're done.
And before you proceed, couple of things. Maybe we just started streaming to X or something, because like a bunch of other questions just started coming through also.
Anything?
So, yeah, I just noticed that that Carrie from PBI just popped in. So she was saying that some white hats were distributed ahead of Charlie's entry for photo ops. I mean, that very well may have been the case. I don't know how early George was there, or if by chance he snagged one of those. I can tell you that I have seen, a few photos that were taken beforehand of things. I did not see George, posing in some of those, like, what shall I call them? TPUSA, like more student-y promotional kind of photos, but that doesn't mean that, like,
nothing against boomers. Like, I love, nothing against them, but like George Zinn is not someone that I'm handing
demo,
hey,
fit the demo.
Like, I see George walking in, I'm like, oh my God, someone get me the 47 hat for George. he's the last one. I'm sorry. I don't want George Zinn in my promo. Okay?
They weren't going for his vote. You know what I mean? Like that's not the one they were trying to win. Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to know from Carrie. We can visit about it again. So this is interesting. This guy is up here on the steps. He is also, he makes his way down to the, gate.
Daisy Girl OK says, I can send you the link of the local news interview where someone says that they saw George there at least an hour before. So yeah, that is very interesting.
I would like to, if you can do that right now, that would be great.
That would be fantastic. If you want to, because sometimes YouTube does not let you post like an actual link in the chat. So if you want to, you can send that to my email if you'd like, kelly@kellyrabon.com, KELI@KELIRABON.com. Also, great time to stop and say, make sure that you are liked, subscribed to Blake. West Texas is the best Texas on YouTube, and myself,
It's a fact.
Kelly Raybon. Turn on those notifications. Don't just click that bell button, but make sure you have it turned on for all, because YouTube is very funny these days about when it sends notifications.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely follow Kelly and I. We are going to be, look, the people are dwindling. There are still some people that are out there that are keeping this front and center. I just want everyone to know that Kelly and I are definitely going to be two of those that are staying in the fight. We're not going anywhere. And that's okay. I just don't know enough about Epstein, and there's a lot of people doing great stuff about Epstein. I think Epstein has, there's a Epstein angle here, but for the most part, Kelly and I are going to be remaining committed to this investigation with Charlie Kirk. It's very important to me, and I'll go ahead and probably speak for Kelly as well and say it's very important to her as well. So, so yeah. I would like to know, Carrie, where they were handing stuff out at, and also where someone saw him an hour early. Okay, so this is fairly early, and I believe this is Christian here, because we've got Brian Harpole. We've got Philip. We've got Terrell. Sound Girl. Okay, this guy right here, I'm telling you what, I want to know where this big boy goes right here. This guy is involved with the sound setup. And I want to know where in the hell he goes. I really genuinely believe there was a vehicle back there in the back that had kind of an operations type of thing going on. Okay. Yeah. I really do. And I have really, really looked hard at the Sprinter van, and the windows are not really tinted, but you would see that big boy moving around inside that van, unless he's just posted up at a terminal. But I want to know where he goes. He is this guy right. And in case someone's joining for the first time, and why the sound is so important to me is, I believe they had something played out over the loudspeaker, and there was a lot of extras going on with the sound. The sound had something very, very big to do with it. There's a reason that the hum was so prevalent. And we'll get into that at a later show, because I've got some really good stuff that is nearly ready to talk about from people that are completely detached, independent from this, that are just super geeked out type of sound people. I guess I don't have him in this album here. But anyways, we'll address that on that show. But that was Christian. So Christian he came down. So Christian is right here. And then he is up here with his son right here. And then they end up ultimately back down, because this is their video right here.
Snagging. It goes up 47, dude. Yeah, dude. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go back here. So that guy we didn't hear him answer, right, Kel?
I did get the YouTube video though from the local news. If you want
to throw it up,
checking that out. I put it in the chat if you want to pull it up. And she said it's at 32 minutes. I have not personally clicked on it yet, but I put the link in the private chat.
Okay. How do we get it? Oh, I got you.
What if you could clean your retainer at the touch of a button?
What if?
Could you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I need to, for some reason. Okay, we're going to copy link.
Join me here now is Brendan. He's one of the people who. Join me here now is Brendan. He's one of the.
We don't see any of that yet.
When all this happened.
What's that?
We don't see any of it yet. We still just see the previous video.
One moment.
Said you hit the ground.
Yeah, obviously, because at first we didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? Once they blame us, we blame them. We got to stop and just come together. We got to stop having a political agenda and get them to turn us against each other like they are.
Didn't hear the shots, you said, Kim, but all of a sudden you saw people running. That had to be terrifying.
Yes, we were heading to the event, and all of a sudden, there were just a group of people just running down the hallway, and they're like, shots have been fired, there's gunshots, run, run, run. So I grabbed my daughter, and we just booked it out of there. It was scary because you don't know if it's real, if it's not, but you just have to go with your gut and get out of there. But it was scary. The adrenaline shot up through my body, and I had chills, and just, we were freaking out.
You know, we always hear about this. This always happens somewhere else. But when it's happening right where you are, all of a sudden it's as real as it gets, and you freeze. What do you do?
I didn't really understand what was going on, and we just heard gun, and I was like, what's going on? So I tried to learn.
Of your daughter.
Yeah, very scary.
Normal words almost in America anymore, but still, it's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, really none of us believed it at first, and then we still just got out and saw the hordes of people run. So
now just coming around chatting with people, that's kind of what you do now, because you're sharing a terrible experience with others. It's how you
level up from, well, I've never been to this place except for classic car shows, so I can't really explain to you, but I was to the left of Charlie, super clear view, saw everything happen, heard the gunshot. I was the last one standing because I couldn't quite believe, I thought maybe it was a stunt. And then everybody fell to the ground. We all fell to the ground. I got pushed into some bushes. I stayed there. There was a lady with her elderly mom, and I said, is she okay? You know, she said she's okay. So we just kind of stayed in the bushes for a few minutes, maybe a minute and a half. And then a man said, go this way. And we went right where Charlie had come in and out. And I was right behind the police when they had the man in the handcuffs. And I was standing right there next to them as he was on his knees.
She was saying at 32 minutes.
Multiple times, but at least twice.
Is that where we're at? I can't tell where we're at.
I videoed it, and I called him every name in the book that I could think of, which is probably not appropriate, but your thoughts.
Tell me where you were when all this happened. What was your position in all of this?
So my thing was that after I got done asking my question first with Charlie, because I was the first speaker, we basically ended saying, hey, Mormons love Charlie, Charlie loves Mormons, and I kind of went off to the right, grabbed my phone because I had some friends recording, and I really couldn't exit, so I just had to turn around because there was just a crowd of people and there was no way to kind of get through the crowd because it's so compact.
Henry, I appreciate the time. You also got Ryan over here, right? So Henry, you asked a question right before the individual did.
This part always bothered me.
What happened?
So basically, he just asked questions about transgenderism, and it led into like transgender violence and shooters and stuff like that, based off of what's been happening around the country, and it's just been a problem. But I just thought it was very hard to reconcile for a while there. I think I was just in a state of shock. But the fact that it was like 10 to 20 seconds after I walked away, I turned back and I see Charlie just gushing blood from his neck. And after that, you have a random old kook who has no weapon but confesses to the shooting for some reason. And I'm not okay with that, because that took up a lot of cops that were there at the time that could have been searching for the shooter, because the shooter's at large. We don't know where he's at. They're, like you said, they're clearing room by room. And I think a lot of us are super angry. Because it's just a lot.
So you're telling me that the person, that older gentleman who we've seen video on social media, who claims to possibly have shot him, you're saying you don't believe he was the shooter?
He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a weapon on him. He just confessed to it, and they grabbed him, pulled him over. Because I'll tell you this, I was there about an hour and a half before the thing even started, before everyone showed up, and he was going around and talking to any conservatives and stuff, just bashing Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's this, Charlie Kirk's a racist, Charlie Kirk's blah 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 blah, and he was just making a scene. And it doesn't surprise me. He didn't, from what I could tell, he didn't have anything on him. If they did, I don't think they would be looking for the shooter, because they would if it was him, they would have the weapon with him, but it wasn't there. So that's the whole thing.
And you've heard since in the last moments, President Trump sent out as well on social media, the older gentleman who we've seen video on social.
He just confessed to it, and they grabbed him, pulled him over. Because I'll tell you this, I was there about an hour and a half before the thing even started, before everyone showed up, and he was going around and talking to any conservatives and stuff, just bashing Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's this, Charlie Kirk's a racist, Charlie Kirk's blah 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 blah, and he was just making a scene. And it doesn't surprise me. He didn't, from what I could tell, he didn't have anything on him.
Oh my God.
What are, okay,
an hour. So Henry Dales is there. He said before anyone else.
Hour and a half before the thing even started, before.
Don't believe he was the shooter.
He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a weapon on him. He just confessed to it, and they grabbed him, pulled him over. Because I'll tell you this, I was there about an hour and a half before the thing even started, before everyone showed up, and he was going around and talking to any conservatives and stuff, just bashing Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's this, Charlie Kirk's a racist, Charlie Kirk's blah 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 blah, and he was just making a scene. And it doesn't surprise me. He didn't, from what I could tell, he didn't have anything on him. If he did, I don't think they would be looking for the.
Wow. Okay. We need to. Where did he go? Sorry, I'm sitting here thinking.
Where did Zen go?
Yeah. Look, if you have George Zen walking around an hour and a half before, like, and especially being very vocal, just kind of as an opposition voice.
Yeah.
That should be, someone has that.
You would think so. And look, it was like almost 90 degrees, I think, outside. He's an older man. I don't know that he's in, I don't know, like tip-top shape. Certainly doesn't look these days like he's in tip-top shape after being in the clink for a while. But like, man, it's hot out there, right?
For real.
And I mean, standing outside, running your mouth for an hour and a half, I don't know. That's kind of rough. Yeah. Okay. Jordan's like, he's like, I mean, I show up an hour and a half early to events like that. But for like an older guy like that, someone who's almost 80 years old, like that's a lot. Especially if you're fired up and
at 11 so this is an hour and a half before. It starts at noon. So are we talking 10:30 in the morning?
I mean, maybe. You know what I'm thinking though? Oh goodness. Is there footage of that? What time is some of that camera footage?
I mean, the airplane is flying over at 11:26.
Okay.
Which is at the very moment that the motorcycle kid is walking out. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to have to talk with Barron and see if he can. It's going to be hard to identify him in a crowd.
Yeah.
But this is what's just weird is, like, in all of these photos here, I mean, we don't have George Zen, okay? I have looked and looked. Now, it might be just a bad angle with, this is the guy that is in the affidavit, this cop. So this is the guy that is at the elevated position that spots the shooter or goes immediately to the Losi building. Like in here. No George. I mean, no George anywhere. We got some older guys that kind of, they were told, hey, wear your blue button up. But that's not George. So what I would call kind of like classy George Zen.
I was about to bring that up.
He's here.
You're Temu George Zen.
Yeah, we got Temu and we got Amazon. So here we go. Like, this dude just pops up out of nowhere. Okay. This just blows my mind. Like, Kelly, what are the odds that a dude that's just around the same age, I'm talking, this is GQ George. This is GQ George right here. The dude that got arrested, this is Walmart George. What are the chances of these two guys, like, same color shirt, same just kind of, I mean, this is like George's cool brother that, I don't get it. I do not get it. And they pop in and pop out. So like this guy is not. See, you can notice it by this dude right here with his 1994 T-shirt from the 90s. Okay, this is how you pick out GQ George.
Our chat is popping off tonight, by the way.
Right.
Everybody's so excited to see us. Thank you,
Perfect.
guys.
So
they
we
are
got
full of tips.
T-shirt. Do you guys see GQ George?
Yep. Definitely an intentional layer of confusion, Matt, as noted.
This guy right here always just, I don't know. This guy, there's something with this dude right here, man. He's just square business. Does he look like he's enjoying himself at a Charlie Kirk event, or does he look like he's working?
That's actually very interesting to look at.
We got a smile. We got a smile. We got a little bit of a smile, smirk.
Oh my goodness. I have some screenshots of like right after the.
There's Carrie's.
Oh,
Truth. It's your umbrella girl, man.
Are you still in here?
Yeah, Truth is really wanting the umbrella girl. There she is. Just sitting under the umbrella.
Yeah, way too many old guys. Way too many old guys for a college event. I don't know.
Yeah. Because this is the other guy that doesn't show up. So this guy here, he looks like an actor. I forget what movies I've seen this dude in, but this guy looks like an actor that I've seen. I know it's not actually him. I'm not saying this is, but he resembles an actor.
I agree, from some like mob movie or something.
He's like an actor. I mean,
yeah.
I'll think of it here in a second. Okay, so I would allege that they're together. Okay, because as you can see, here's Crazy Shirt, GQ George is missing, and his old school friend is missing, the actor. Okay, but here we've got GQ George and the friend. Is this just whenever the nursing home bus pulled up at UVU and everyone got off together? I mean, I don't know. It's a possibility.
Okay, we have two different proposals, okay, of who that looks like. Actually, I want to bring these up because everybody got really excited about this. Now the comments are coming in so quick I can't even keep up. Snake Eyes. He looks like the old guy, the senator in Snake Eyes with Nick Cage. Okay, I don't know if that's who you're thinking of. Or the dude from Jaws, We Need a Bigger Boat. Anyway, everybody was very excited about that.
I'm looking it up.
And then I see Vonda behind that. Then in a second, we'll look at behind the umbrella. Girl who has the bloody hand. I don't know what that means, but woof.
Where did she see that?
Behind the umbrella.
Did I pass it?
Was this when he showed the girl who was walking with the umbrella?
I think it might be. I just can't find her.
Oh yeah, and someone said John Voight. Yeah, it did kind of look like John Voight. I've
Yeah, but
met
it's
John Voight. I've met John Voight before. He's
it's another actor. It is here we go.
Oh,
That's
yeah. That's the security guy. But yeah.
Okay, so this guy right here is the guy that gets absolutely pulverized to the ground. This is a security guy. This guy was up front next to Slick Rick, okay? A part of the security detail, okay? At the moment of the big boom, as Dan Flood tackles Charlie to the container, that case, okay? The Y refi dude, the guy that does student loan refinances, okay, financing, comes rushing in and shoves the ever living shit out of this kid right here. As this kid's trying to get to Charlie to actually do his job, okay? The Y refi dude, boom! I mean, he just goes down. He's like out of camera view, okay? And then what does the refi guy do? He goes right to Brian, and Brian points, and the Y refi guy gets both his hands like he's about to take something. But there's nothing there, so he pulls back, and Brian continues the point, then he puts it down, and the Y refi guy goes into his pocket and pulls out his cell phone and just stands there on his phone as a few seconds elapse, and they take Charlie away. If you are on the same page as I am, and you see that I have identified that Brian Harpole is wearing a remote detonator on him, okay, that Brian Harpole had stuff that was interfering with the sound, okay, it makes perfect sense why the Y refi guy would be going in thinking he's going to be given something by Brian Harpole, okay? You can't say it's the keys, okay? Because number one, Brian Harpole does not have the keys. Brian Harpole was there before the vehicles even got there, okay? And just on the surface of it, why in the hell is the Y refi guy gonna get the keys? Like, that's just something that someone has said in the past. It makes absolutely zero sense. The Y refi guy is going in thinking he's about to be given something, and Brian Harpole doesn't give it to him.
Right. Like, he's the sponsor. What is he doing getting in the mix of that anyway?
Kelly, if I'm a businessman sponsor for this event, and there
like,
is
keynote sponsor too. I mean,
yeah, and there is a shot fired, and I'm seeing pandemonium. I'm telling you right now, my ass is running towards that lake.
Yeah.
I am getting out of there. If I am acting as a true surprised, unwilling, or non-participant of this whole thing, if I'm just genuinely there with no nefarious things going on, my ass is running to that lake. I am getting cover because I have no clue if this is done or not, if there's going to be more shots or not. I have no clue, none of that. But instead, we've got the Y refi guy rushing in, shoving the shit out of this kid, and thinking he's going to be given something by Brian Harpole. It doesn't make sense.
And then there's the other guy who like dives to the ground and army crawls or something. I don't know. There's just so much weird stuff that goes on. But anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got George. If we're going back to, are we going back to Patsy Land?
Yeah, I get off. It's blame it
That's
on my
okay.
ADD.
There's so much to talk about. If we go back to Patsy Land, We had George. We had his. He stepped in the water. He pulled his pants down. He came equipped with a plastic baggie to make sure that his phone was safe from harm.
Absolutely. So I'm going to crop that. Okay. We've got the baggies. They are in originals. You're absolutely right, Kelly. So I don't know of anybody that walks out to go about their day, especially on a perfect, clear blue, late summer day, and is going to have on their person, where is it? He's got banana and some Yoplait. Right here. This is water protection. Okay. That is what I have on my Sea-Doos in the little compartment. If I don't want my license and my insurance and my phone to get damaged. Does George Zen have Zen? Does that look like a dip pouch?
Oh.
There's a lot of Zen. There was a lot of dip running around. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's just
I mean, unless it's like a tape measure. He was trying to measure the length, that he needed to be away from the podium for who knows, whatever scheme they were pulling.
Look, if my last name is Zen, I'm dipping Zen.
Okay.
I'm not going to that's okay. Where is my main photo of the pouch? It's just he's prepared. He was prepared to get wet. Is my whole kind of just like the dude knew he was going to get wet. Maybe it's here. Done. Oh. Yeah. So he's prepared to get wet. It's must be under going through Charles McClintock Wilson's website right now. It just is bizarre to me. It makes no sense. The hat issue. There we go. Yeah, I did crop it. Right here. Edit. I'll just add it to the album. There. 1 second. Right here.
There we go.
How did he know he's going to get wet?
Preparedness.
How did he know he's going to get wet?
Yeah. Shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
I mean, unless he sweats a whole lot. or knew he was taking a dip, one of the two.
So what's weird about this is these things are pain in the ass to mess with because they stick. Okay. And I know firsthand. I know so much firsthand. I don't even mess with putting my phone in them because they're so hard to get out because it gets tacky and sticky. Okay. But he wanted to preserve something from getting wet. This is not what you use. Like, this is tied on, secured, where he would not lose it. Does that make sense? Like these straps here. This is just bizarre to me because this speaks to an element and a level of like premeditation with the whole Patsy thing. And so what I'm getting at, Kelly, is that what has happened with the George Zinn plea and the fact that everything that happened with the "it was me" obstruction, that's all done, and it's so far removed from thought from anyone with the Utah County DA's office that we're never going to get any answers because all he pled to was the stuff that was alleged on his phone. Okay. So George Zinn tells someone in an official capacity that he was paid to do this. We are never going to get answers from George Zinn at this point. Why? Because his defense attorney, and we all saw her, she didn't even let him speak to the court when she interrupted him as he was about to speak to the judge presiding over his case. She shut him down fast. So the point is, we will never, ever get a single answer as to who put George Zinn up to this charade, who paid him, who told him to do it, all of that stuff. And it's all resulting from the plea deal that just, we're washing our hands. It's done.
Really sad. It's so sad. In fact, I want to pull up exactly what was said in court because I don't think that there were cameras in the courtroom when he pled a few weeks ago.
Can you share your screen?
Well, I don't have it pulled up yet. But I do recall looking at the article, but I'm just thinking because I remember that I saw at least a photo and it was like he was crying, and the way that it was described was that he was crying and then asked his attorney to finish speaking for him, and even his attorney was crying as then she finished. Anyway, sad deal. But I did want to mention that Jordan Henshaw and let me scroll up a little bit. Let's see here. Jordan and I think even Wayne Mason also were asking, could this indicate that maybe he has mental health problems? And so that got my mind kind of churning a little bit. And look, okay, anyone who would potentially agree to be a patsy, okay, we're just talking hypothetically here with opinions and all those things right now, but someone who would agree would probably have some sort of a mental health issue, maybe. And so if we just go down that path, man, that's a really sad thing. And then look, it makes me even think about like Travis, the gentleman I spoke to a few weeks ago, and what a rough and tough life that guy has had. In the exchange that I've had with him. And if God forbid, whoever they is, pulled a bunch of characters into this mess, that's really messed up. That's really messed up.
No, I completely agree. Okay. Sorry, Kelly.
It's okay. I'm just like, my mind's churning because I'm thinking, man,
okay, check
that's
this out.
really messed up.
George Zinn is right here. He's yelling, "It's me." He's next to this guy right here. He's next to this guy. Did he move? Do you see this? Did he move?
Hold on.
Okay. Right here's George Zinn.
Okay.
I feel like he was over here. Is this my red dress lady?
Yeah.
Did he move from 1207? Did he come over here? Because here he's observed next to this guy here. They are standing there side by side. And I don't see my red dress lady. And is this a cutoff shirt right here? Is this his skin?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
is this guy this guy? I think it is.
Oh, okay. Wait, do that again.
Is this guy right here?
Okay.
He's dark complexion. It appears he's got a cutoff shirt because I see skin here. Okay?
Yes.
Is this guy right here standing next to George? This guy right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he moved. Because I don't think this spot here is where he was when we saw him. He has slid down. Because the red dress lady, unless she is hiding on the other side of this guy, he's with this guy. These two guys are standing here side by side.
Oh, do you think that they could be together?
I think so. This looks like, okay, this is a screenshot from, give me a second, I'm gonna have to find it. It's from these YouTube videos that I found. Give me a second.
And while you're looking, y'all, just remember that, sometimes like our shows, sometimes we present a show in a way that is, hey, this is the direct information and this is what we are covering today, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Other days, we're like taking you along the investigation with us, like in real time. And that's kind of what we're doing today. It's like a hybrid of the two. So I don't know. I hope you kind of enjoy being along for the ride because we're able to include you in real time and take your feedback and being part of this as well.
Yeah, well said. Okay, right here's my 90s t-shirt, dude. This is at 12:18. Boom. Right there. Boom. There he is. He's next to the dude with the cutoff shirt. And I think he moved. Okay, so 1218, he's right here. Do you see the, so we got, this is Walmart George. This is Walmart George, who was actually arrested and convicted with his plea. Do you see GQ George? GQ George is supposed to be.
If he was there in the white hat. Let's see.
I'm sorry?
So let's see. JCH said, is that Zen with the white hat?
That's correct.
Oh yeah. Okay. Blue shirt, white hat.
Yeah, right here.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. And so I'll say it again in case you came in late to the show, that George Zen, Kelly, what did you identify on my very first video? That he had how many hats?
2. A black hat and a white hat.
And what were they giving away that day? They were giving away the white and red hats.
Yep, white and red hats.
And he's got the white hat on before the hats are being tossed out. So I am
at
under,
least from what we can see.
Yeah, at 12:07, Charlie has not been throwing hats out, and at 12:07, this guy right here is ducked down in the crowd. So I am making the assumption that, and of course, my opinion at this point, I mean, this is about as PG of my opinions that as they come, but somebody with TPUSA gave him this hat. Otherwise, if he had the hat before he got to UVU, why in the hell did he bring his black hat? He would just wear his white hat. Okay, but no, he's got 2 hats with him.
2 hats.
He's got a black hat and he's got a white hat. I think he left his house or wherever the hell he left that morning. He had his black hat with him. And then I think he got to campus and somebody handed him a white hat. So then he's got 2 hats with him. And that's what he uses to flag them down, saying, it was me, it was me.
At this point, Blake, do we know where the red dress lady is?
I do not see her.
Okay. Yeah. Tool Druid was asking if we could use her as a marker.
She is a great marker with her red dress. And this is where it gets strange, is I do not see her after 12:18. Okay. He doesn't pan far enough to the left here. Okay. So at 12:18, we're right here. And we've got George Zen right there. The only thing that I can say that is a possibility is that red dress lady is right on the other side of these 2 guys right here. Let's do this. This guy's got a white backpack and a cream collared shirt. White backpack, cream collared shirt. Let's go here, 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 here. Do we see that same guy? I don't.
Blake, I know you're locked in right now, but I do think that this is a very interesting comment in the chat right now. I just want to call attention to it because
which one? Which one?
From Undercover Agent 9889. Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Yep. I just makes you wonder.
It's a great question or a great observation. Okay. So right here, this is, okay. Here is the cream shirt with the backpack. He's right here. 1, 2, 3 guys over, 3 people over. 1 is where I should see a green UVU older guy with a belly and gray hair. Where was I? 12, 18. Okay. Boom. Okay. Here's my cream shirt. Is this the UVU guy right here? The UVU t-shirt?
Sorry, I had it on mute because my dog's barking. But hold on. Circle or do your cursor around which guy? UVU guy.
Is this him right here? I think it is him. So
okay.
The red dress lady should be right next to him. Okay. Yep. Well, I am really under the I'm going to go ahead and say, if anybody's got video of this guy right here, if we can get more video of this guy right here, or identify this guy right here. He's dark complected, cut off shirt. I believe he is with George, because at this moment, these two are standing together. Okay. And this is at the moment, George, like I'm going to say this is his first push for "It Was Me," is this moment right here. Okay. And he was standing with him. We're talking 5 minutes before the big boom. Okay. Right here is 5 minutes before the big boom. I think that guy's accompanying George. Okay. So I'm just going to let everyone know that I do not have any video of this guy right here. I don't have any video of this kind of quadrant right here. So if we can figure out who this is, that would be wonderful, because they are with George at the very onset of his "It Was Me" stunt right here. Okay. So who is this? Who is this? Do we see him here? Do you see the cutoff shirt guy anywhere? I don't. We're looking right in this area right here.
Okay.
This is, I mean, I don't.
Wait, right below you, right below your, is that not him in the?
Is this him?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if that was him.
It is. It is. It is. It is. He moved down. Yeah, because this girl, I recognize this, or I don't, I mean, this girl right here is this girl right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
He moved down.
And
He
the
moved
hair's
down.
the same for, yep.
He moved down.
Which, I mean, you know, like, okay, if I'm thinking about, I'm a big concert goer and I move around in crowds all the time. Okay. I like different perspectives, and, you know, it's not a seated event, right? So I don't know. Like, I want to try to like not over analyze that, but then again,
I see your point.
I'm trying to, you know, just in fairness, that's, I will say, like, does that make me shady? Because literally, if somebody followed me at a show, they would see me everything from literally the front row. I most of the time, if it's not a seated show, I somehow make my way to nearly the front row, to then all the way to the back, to then like up if there's a second row. Like, I like all the different vantage points. That's me. But also, I'm not like an 80-year-old man.
Right. And the fact is like, I believe he was with someone that was at kind of a handler to make certain that he followed through. Right. I really believe that, where it's like, we want to make sure that this old guy doesn't chicken out type of thing.
Yes.
And the fact that we have gotten absolutely zero answers when it comes to the state of Utah and the mockery that they call their criminal justice system, this is all because of them, because they are chicken shit in everything that they do, and they're not giving us the answers. They just think they're washing their hands of George Zinn. He pled to his whatever shit was on his phone, and all the stuff that he that, you know, he got paid by someone to be there and do that. We're not going to worry about that. You know, he's a chomo or whatever, or he's a pedophile. He's got stuff on his phone he shouldn't have. Like, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, I mean, again, it's a totally different situation from the example that I was giving. I guess I was speaking more to, for example, like other people in the crowd who weren't volunteering, that like, hey, I did it.
Right. Sorry, I took off on that one.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think I was referring more to like the girl who, you know, who we were identifying or something like that. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm just using people that I can identify, like, as because this is, look how busy this is. This is like Charlie Kirk meets Where's Waldo, right?
I feel like we are playing the, you know, adult Where's Waldo version.
So you have to identify markers with people. Like this dude right here, I'm so thankful he wore this crazy shirt from 1994, because I use him like all the time. Okay, so here's this guy right here. See, Charles McClintock is just too far to the left on a lot of these photos. He's just a little too far to the left, because I use this guy right here is another one of my markers right here. And this guy right here is right here. See it? So we're concerned with right here. Charles McClintock Wilson, is his photograph line is like right here, right on the freaking edge of where all of this stuff is going on with Zen. Because here's this guy right here. Because I don't have this guy, the dark skinned without a hat. I don't have him on anything Charles McClintock Wilson. Nothing.
I've never seen him, or I've never noticed him before.
I know.
Tonight.
Yeah, I know. But I'm telling you, he is standing right next to George Zinn.
I never noticed him before this evening. And Truth was just asking if we could play this video like frame by frame. And then also, I mean, man, I'm telling you, this chat's on fire tonight because y'all literally are like picking up. I love this, man. These are our people. There were so many good comments too, because there was someone who was, it just had scrolled up, but something about the SUV and Charlie hanging out. And you guys, I think my mom is going to come into town tomorrow. And she has an SUV. Man, Blake, I wish you were around here because you could help me out.
What are y'all going to do?
Well, my mom doesn't know this yet, but I'm not obviously as tall as Charlie, but if my mom actually does show up, I think I might try to do a little demo. I need to recruit some people to help me out. I think I should video myself. I think I should video myself, but I'm not tall enough to really do the whole thing, but I'm really curious to see. I'd wanted to do an AI thing. Like if I having someone lay across the back and then have 2 full-grown men in the back, 3.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see where I'm going with this? Because I think it is total BS.
What? Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. I think it's a good idea. No one's tried that yet. And I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that's got a Yukon XL. I know people that have, like my little brother's got a Yukon Tahoe, like the short one. Or we can just go to the dealership, be like, hey, I'm looking at buying a Yukon XL.
Don't mind us as we.
Can I test drive it for the afternoon?
You don't even have to leave the scene. You just got to lay across in the
That's
lot.
What video was old Truther wanting to look at? Was he wanting to look at?
Truth. Can you tell us which video you're wanting to take a peek at, frame for frame?
I bet it's this.
And while you pull that up, I'm going to look at what Zinn said when he pled guilty to these CP charges. And while I'm pulling that up, y'all, this is going to be another thing, gosh, that we're going to have to dig into. When it comes to how patsies factor into all this stuff, you guys, is that then the next step is the way that the parole board all factors into everything, that they are ultimately the ones who determine the length of the sentence. Because for him, it's 2 to 15 years. And it's not actually the judge.
Right. The judge, the judge will sentence him to the parameters, 2 to 15.
2 to 15.
You are out the door from county to prison. And at that point, when you probably hit that first, I really don't know. This would be something actually would be really good to find someone that's done time in Utah and have them on. Who has done time in Utah, and that way they can talk about the inside, how it happens when you go to see, how does parole bring you up? We need to do that. If anybody knows anybody that's done time in Utah, hit us up.
Okay, I'm going to read. Here were the main things that George Zinn said in court. In his plea and statement to the judge, he claimed that the images were, quote, public access, and that he got them from, quote, a chat room dialogue. He told the court, quote, I wish the court to know I am not and will never be a danger to children or their parents, and that he has every desire and commitment to change and lead a responsible and productive life. He wants to put the past behind me and move forward. Yeah. I don't know. And he had become like, and then this is an end quote, but he had become too emotional while he was reading all of that, that he had to have his attorney finish reading the letter for him.
Was that on YouTube? Or were there?
There were no television cameras in there. I don't think that they like gave the press enough notice for them to even be there. Or maybe Utah television wasn't into it enough. I'm not sure. But it was only newspapers that initially covered it that day.
Okay. We've got to find that dude with the cutoff shirts or the cutoff sleeves. He is not on any Charles McClintock Wilson. See what I mean? How? Okay, hang on, actually.
My goodness, there's so many interesting things in the chat. I'm going to be like kicking.
If you just
photos,
count it out or yell it out.
Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm going to scroll back up for a sec. Have you looked at the guy who yelled USA? Barron talked about him tonight. A commenter asked if he has a tattoo on his arm like Charlie's security. He talks about brothers in some posts.
Is this the guy that's got the long hair?
Yes. And one thing I do remember about him was that very weird post, like after the fact. It seemed like he was reading almost like a ransom note or something. Remember that?
No.
Oh my gosh. It was like he was being forced to read something and he was like looking at a camera and so awkwardly. Did any of y'all see that? It was so strange.
So this is the long-haired guy.
Yeah.
The one that is kind of cheering bizarrely. Okay.
Yes.
I will go right to that.
Let's see. Survive 20. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask or reiterate that they are saying he has the same brother, the brothers in arms in Christ tattoo that Brian Harpole was talking about.
Some kind of a similar tattoo. Yeah. I'm not sure which of the tattoos in specific, but.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Oh, okay. Barron said that he was 19th Airborne.
Oh, okay. This dude cracks me up.
Oh, Truth, you have contact with him? Okay, well, hook a sister up.
Let's get him on, Truth.
Yeah. Because man, like when he gave that or posted that statement or something after the fact, I was worried about that dude. I thought somebody was like off camera, damn near holding something to his head.
Yeah. So this right here is what really kind of just irks me about the whole thing about George Zinn being there an hour and a half early, is because there's multiple camera angles from the elevated position off the top of the Hall of Flags, and you don't see George Zinn anywhere. And that's just what bugs me. But how did Henry Dales know that? Other than Henry Dales saw him charging up people, kind of heckling them, you know? Like, where did he go?
Yeah.
I mean, you should see, you know, this guy right here is like, I call him like the super LDS spy, because he looks like a fat Mormon James Bond. And like, this guy's always, it's been weird, but I mean, he wouldn't have his like name tag and stuff, but like, you can pick this guy out immediately. Like, we should see George Zinn. George Zinn went somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he works for, I don't know, maybe that guy works for like the camp. He gives tours for the campus or something. I don't know.
He's out. He's out knocking doors. That guy.
Okay.
That guy right there is a door knocking pro. I mean,
yep.
With a sun hat like that,
Yep. You're right.
He's knocking on doors.
He's knocking on some doors. All right, Ryan Burton, thank you so much for the super. Was Turk FaceTiming as a decoy to scout the Losi roof? Patsy arrives, signals to Dan, to Cutler, to Kirk. Kirk prepares.
I don't think Frank. Yeah, I don't think FaceTime Frank had anybody on his phone.
Do you think FaceTime Frank was in the know?
Do I think FaceTime Frank was in the know of what was about to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely. But I think FaceTime Frank was just FaceTiming, and I'll show everyone what he was doing. I mean, he had his phone, I think, was off, and he's just using it as, I mean, he's sitting here just pretending, and he's doing all this stuff here, okay?
Yeah.
Because they're all trying to create kind of little diversionary or optical just things to be busy. Distractions. There we go. Yeah, I think it was just a distraction. I do not think that there was some sort of control thing with his phone. None of that. Why do I think that? Because the phone, you can tell, is clearly off, and then you can see clearly when it's on. We've got video and photo of that. You can see actually people in the reflection of that. Okay. What do I mean? I mean, like right here. What's on Frank's phone? What is on Frank's phone? That is a woman cheesing.
Mm-hmm.
You see a FaceTime screen. That is really FaceTiming someone. That is what a real FaceTime looks like. You got the red hang up button. You got all these little buttons here. You got Frank right here, his little window. You got the woman right here smiling real big. That is because Frank is really FaceTiming. Okay.
Undercover. Let's see.
Right
Undercover
here.
Agent says, "Are you talking about Turek? His phone was definitely in camera mode. I can prove that." So I wrote back and said, "All right, at what time?" Anyway, continue.
He can prove what? That Frank's phone was in camera mode when?
That's what I said.
Okay, so I just showed y'all his really real FaceTime. Okay.
I mean, it was so bright out there that like at that moment, and from where I think he was standing, I don't know.
Y'all,
we would have seen it.
Black, say it with me. black screen. Phones off. This is a black screen.
Distraction.
This is
Yeah.
Nobody's on the phone. FaceTime Frank is faking. Okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. His phone is off.
Or he could have been filming for the purpose of someone, but the screen could have been dimmed all the way down.
Who's he filming? Hunter?
Well, I don't know.
This
But,
angle
I
of
mean-
this, it's off.
Okay.
It's off.
Okay, 10 baby mamas is like he could have had a screen protector. No, not because we just saw, y'all, we just saw the other angle.
Okay, let's do it again. We'll do a woosaw moment again. Okay, everyone. Here, are you ready? No screen protector.
Okay, now also Blake. All right, so this point in time, now Charlie, okay, can you zoom out like a little bit? Charlie's not in. Okay, he's like just sitting down. So what? This is probably like 10 minutes before the incident, would you say?
This is
Or
at
how long?
12/12/08. I have this is actual metadata.
Okay, 12/12. Yeah.
This is a live photo.
Bring the best libs that Utah.
This is a live photo.
Bring the best libs that Utah.
Got it.
I wonder.
And it was
actually, hang on just a second. I think I can see Qureshi here.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I forgot that this was a live photo.
See, this is why it's so fun with us, you guys. You don't get this stuff everywhere.
He is right. Hang on. He is standing next to, I got to go back over to Sam Parker's wall because I forget what color shirt he's wearing.
Okay.
It is a, dadgum, Sam has made some posts. This was just like 2 days ago.
And it was
at. He's wearing a blue shirt. He's wearing a blue shirt, no hat, blue shirt behind. He's standing behind a dude in a white hat. He's right here. This is him. This is Qureshi right here. This is Zachariah Qureshi.
That doesn't look like he's like legit in line to ask a question. TBH.
No, this is definitely, you can go to Sam Parker's post. White hat next to the dude with, yep, that's him.
Yeah. Just for the record.
Bring the best libs that Utah.
I think I have another live photo. Where is that? Maybe it's this one.
Libs that Utah has to offer. Because we're gonna have some libs that Utah has to offer. Because we're gonna have some.
Oh, Dan's over there setting his timer or something. He's like, okay, guys, countdown's on.
Does he must have the Garmin. That must be like the Garmin Phoenix. Because that's not, yeah. You can still sync your Garmin with iMessages. Oh, he pans down just as Qureshi's about to, or Quresh, is it? It's not, it's David Koresh.
I always think of that too.
And Zachariah Qureshi.
Qureshi.
Qureshi, not Koresh.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I always think of that too.
And see right here, who's that?
Yep, that's the other one I was going to mention. And a little bit earlier, which I don't see it right now. Maybe they moved it, or maybe because it is so many people there. Well, they probably didn't move it. You just maybe can't see it. But there was, I think, like a black one of those kind of like pull out soft fences that anyway, that was kind of like roping off, sort of like soft roping off that area too. And I thought maybe that's where they were kind of trying to line up people. I was trying to justify like how they could have been, anyway, getting some of the potential speakers to line up. I just can't make it make sense.
Yeah, I think because look, right here, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so right here, this is Adam Bartholomew's son. Because remember he said
yes. Yep.
Remember he said he was in line?
Yep.
So what I'm thinking the line did was it went around into the corner, or because I mean Adam Bartholomew's son said he's in line, and then here he is down here down low. Right at the bar or at the rail.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is the line went around into here. But I'm just guessing.
What does not make sense about that though is, well, first of all, I don't believe they actually intended that line to ever really, go anywhere. I think we all know that, or well, many of us know that. But that doesn't make sense in terms of the crowd experience, because we know that was a VIP area right there. And so like, why would you want your VIPs being disrupted by these folks that you've got shuffling in to come ask questions? Like, none of that really makes sense. I don't know.
No. And maybe we go back and look at past events on how they did it. As far as
they
their
had them lined up like literally right in front. Directly in front, like kind of I don't know. It was very clear, and essentially a metal railing area.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen, a metal railing separated area, kind of like how you would have in concerts if there's a VIP like walkway or something, or a sound or crew walkway. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying not to get it where it gets. So right there's George. Right here.
Oh, yep. Good eye. Good eye.
Okay, here is the other one of the lookalikes. He's the member of the cowboy hat. He's right here.
Oh, that lady gets interviewed later.
That's weird.
Right?
That's
Isn't
wild.
that interesting?
I stopped right on her.
What's so weird to me is how do you have 3,000 people and then you end up spotting so many familiar faces?
Okay, so it's going to be right here. I think is where he popped, where we can see. Hands over.
Hey, Blake, have you heard anything more about the lady that Cub Keller said pushed him or made a comment to him?
No, I have. Does he talk about that with Jason Goodman?
He does.
Isn't that the video? Yeah, I do not know who pushed him. And I don't think Jason asked kind of any details when he was interviewing him.
I don't believe so either. But I've never spoken with Cub before, but I will send him a tweet right now. I don't know if he still follows me, but I think he might follow me.
I've got his number too. If he doesn't answer that, I can text him and be like, "Hey, whatever happened on the chick that pushed you?" So there's that guy, and then here's George Zinn, right there in the back, right here. It's driving me crazy that I cannot find the dude with the cutoff shirt anywhere. He's a ghost. He's there with George and then he's gone. I don't have that person anywhere. So please, if you're watching this and you have different video, here's George about to take off into the water like a dolphin. Is he? So the red umbrella lady, she's booking it. I was going to see if they actually had any kind of communication with George. It doesn't appear so. And then George makes it out of the water. And then here comes Disney Dad with the Lightning McQueen t-shirt right here to arrest George. His one job for the day. Okay. So I think we got some pretty good stuff. Kelly, I'm going to let you close it out. It is getting close to Blake's bedtime.
I know Blake's about to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I am about to hit the sack.
Yeah.
I'll let you close it out. What I'm going to do is make a post on X with all of this stuff that we just talked about on here, especially identifying the person with George or that's standing there at least for 5 minutes or better, and see if we can't figure out who this person is, or if we've got some closer footage. Okay, because I can't find that guy anywhere at all.
Okay. So we're gonna have to kind of do this a little bit together, Blake. But some folks are asking for. Oh, thank you, Black Line Group Brief, saying good show, dude and dudette. I appreciate that. But to kind of tie this up in a bow in the way of how does this play into our overall hypothesis. And the interesting thing is that Blake and I have different theories. However, the idea of patsies and multiple patsies is critical to both. And I mean, I think is something that many of us can agree on. There were a lot of actors and characters at play. Sadly.
Absolutely. No. So I believe there's just three main components to what we saw happen on September the 10th. I think there was a massive like pre-planning stage of things. I think there was the actual execution of the assassination, like the actual of act itself, right? The big boom, the big bang, whatever. And then I believe there's this third component, which is this massive cover up. Okay. So there were a lot of people in place, and some of them are overlapping figures. And I think the first stage and the third stage, there's a lot of overlapping characters. Okay. I think the second stage, which is just the actual assassination itself, I believe it was contained just to the TPUSA security and audio visual team. And then working over here in concert is going to be stage 1 and stage 2 to help facilitate everything that just happened with stage 2, if that makes sense. Okay. So, so George Zinn is a massive player. Okay. Because George Zinn did not wake up on his own that day and say, he gets his, remember the little figure 8 or the 8 ball that you shake and you get an answer when you ask it?
Love that. Did you have one of those?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then we ultimately played like soft toss with one of them and just, I mean,
you're not actually supposed to shake it.
Are you not?
You're just supposed to turn it. Yeah.
Oh.
No wonder yours probably didn't last as long.
Yeah. That's a good point. So George Zinn did not wake up that day and just turn that little 8 ball and be like, oh, I'm going to, here's what's going to happen today. And I'm going to go and pretend to be the shooter. No. Someone told him by paying him that you're going to do this when this happens. Okay.
Or manipulating him in some way, shape, or form, but paying
it's the same result. It's the same result. Someone told George, get your ass to UVU. You're going to be in the crowd. And when this thing happens, you are going to stand up and you are going to wave your hat and you are going to go down and ultimately confess as the shooter and get arrested. And we're going to pay you X amount of dollars. Okay. Who was that? Who did that? George. Oh yeah, you're locked up. We're going to have to ride him.
I know.
Has he moved?
I have to go visit him.
Has he left? Has he
I'm
left?
I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody.
Just do it. Kelly, this is your job. You're gonna become his number one.
Don't worry. I'm on it. I'm on it. Don't doubt me.
Who was it? That's a rhetorical question. Okay. Tyler Robinson. Yes, you guys saw it said episode 1. We will have an episode 2. We're going to go into Tyler. There's some new things that have been kind of discovered. I do not believe Tyler was on the roof. Okay. I'll say it again. I do not believe Tyler was on the roof. Okay. That was some other person. And I believe they had a chaperone or a tail with them that was in the white SUV in the parking lot. Okay. This is going to be a really big show that Kelly and I will be really prepared for when we dive into all of these things with Tyler, all things Tyler. And I will showcase some things like why I do not think that was Tyler on the roof. Okay. These are the two main patsies though. Okay. Tyler and George. George is already out of the way. He pled, and the state of Utah has washed their hands of him. So this is about the only thing I know to do is to just find out who was with George and start working those angles. Okay. I've identified a couple of people. I've got one that I'm really interested in, the dark-skinned guy with no hat and cut off sleeves. Let's see who he is, and let's find him and go from there. Kelly, I will let you have the last word.
Look, I think you did a fantastic job. I don't want to be evasive. Just y'all have to know that we are working on so many different angles. I promise you, behind the scenes, in person and on the internet. And yeah, the old-fashioned way. I'll say it that way. And so nothing like some old shoe leather reporting.
We got to hunt it down ourselves. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so, but trying to like keep you up to speed in the meantime. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us.
Send your tips to Kelly. Definitely, Kelly. Where do you want them to send your tips to? Because I've got my DMs are closed.
Yep. They can bring it on to me. Kelly at kellyraybon.com. You can send it to my email, or you can hit me up on X at Kelly Raybon, KELIRABON, or I don't know, Kelly R, KELIR, if you like Instagram. But yeah, make sure that you are subscribed to both Blake and me on YouTube. Got those notifications turned on. And will we see them tomorrow? Yes. Okay. Blake, we'll hold you to it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all's support. Follow us. We'll see you on the next one. Good night.
Okay.